Minnesota Vikings offensive line has been a topic in conversation for a good chunk of the past decade. And a big talking point the last couple of seasons has been scheme fit, as Vikings have been trending towards heavily outside zone in the running game. And this refers to primarily going to zone running under Shermer and then John DeFilippo, and then more wide zone predominant scheme under Stefanski and then Kubiak, and then going forward. Hence, that's why you've seen the Vikings drafting lighter, more athletic offensive linemen like Brian O'Neill in 2018, Garrett Bradbury in 2019, as well as Ezra Cleveland in 2020. Now, absolutely love and adore those guys. They should be part of the future going forward. Ezra should be a left tackle, by the way. Wow. But also just getting two meat-eating, fire-breathing, 350-pound, I don't care, guards in there, just as bodyguards flanking Garrett Bradbury. But nah. But as we've seen, has been the trade-off as the Vikings have trended lighter and more athletic on the offensive line. Is the trade-off is that anchor, is that ass. It is simple physics. Lighter objects will be moved by heavier objects, especially when heavier objects have leverage. Low man wins in the interior. Now, I think this argument has become a little bit too reductive. Like, whenever there's an offensive lineman in free agency or in the draft who is strong like bull but doesn't have feet like a ballerina, it's like, nope, not a scheme fit. He does not belong here in Minnesota. No, never. Now, we've been guilty of this at times in the past too, but also, so the Vikings. I mean, you look at this draft, you look at Ezra Cleveland second round in 2020, you look at Blake Brandel in the sixth round, definitely a left tackle only, and then Kyle Big Hinton, who is a small school left tackle, but figures to kick inside, but also, he's only 295 pounds, right? So you're like drafting the lighter offensive lineman as opposed to just getting some guys up front who are dudes, right? So here's the thing. At this point, I'm sick of the interior offensive line just getting mauled and just getting out-muscled on third down, as well as not being able to get an inch on fourth and inches. I'm sort of sick of that. I am, because over and over and over again, it's usually interior pressure, especially when the Vikings are in 2 minute, and even just rushing four. Kirk Cousins has zero time to breathe back there, and it's annoying. And happened over and over and over the past couple seasons. And also, the Vikings are an outside wide zone running team, but also that only accounts for about 60% of the running plays. So the rest of them are that old school slobber knocker, man, gap, power, old school type football. Think about Adrian Peterson back in the day. So just for ease of math, say 50-50 with Cristobal, run pass. So 50% of the time run, 50% of the time pass. Of that 50% of the time running, 60% is outside zone. So 60% of 50 is 30%. All right, so you're saying that you're ready to write off a prospect over 30% of the tasks that he's going to be executing and just completely ignoring the other 70%, even if he's really good at that. Okay, that dog ain't going to hunt. No. I think including most of the parts that have been deficient this year in terms of pass protection, power run blocking, a.k.a. getting yard when you need it. Nah, I think that's just way obtuse. I think that is just completely too reductive. So, open things up, right? So, like you're telling me, oh, he's not a scheme fit. So you're basically going to kneecap half of the draft board? No. You got to stop doing that. So now, I love the zone scheme. Dalvin has thrived in it, but I'm a proponent of getting talent in the building first and then catering your scheme to it, not the other way around. Because you look at Kevin Stefanski, so primarily ran zone concepts in 2019 as offensive coordinator because that was a talent here in Minnesota. That's what he had up front. That's what he had with Dalvin Cook. And now you look at the Browns offensive line this year with Batonio and Teller and Treader and Wills and Conklin up front. Is like, that is old school knockdown, drag out, power football, counter, tray, power. Let's go. That is a smash you in the face running game. I love it. You adapt to your talent. And why are you removing, like we said, half the draft board just because they don't have moves like Jagger? Nah. So, like, example, in the 2020 draft when the Vikings drafted KJ Osborne in the 5th round. So the Vikings were in the market for another offensive lineman, and they potentially passed on Michigan guard Michael Onwenu in the 5th because he wasn't a scheme fit. He's definitely more of a power guy, a little bit stiff in the movement skills. So you completely ignore that he's immovable in pass protection. He's got great anchor and advanced hands as well. That's why he's a rookie rock star in New England. Just ignore him. Because he can't get second level. Or he doesn't get second level like Ezra Cleveland, so He's out. Also, just looking at the draft last year, that would have taken Tristan Wirfs off the board out of Iowa. That would have taken LSU's guard Damon Lewis off the board as well. Hell, it would have taken their center Luke Cushenberry off the board as well. And Wirfs has done pretty okay in Tampa. Lewis has done pretty okay with Seattle. So, yeah, right. Or, hell, in free agency. By the letter of the law, Josh Klein was not a scheme fit, but Dakota Dozier was. All right, so which one's fair better? Huh? Also, if you look at the draft, so this is what sort of set me off. Two guys that I love in the draft, Trey Smith of Tennessee and Landon Dickerson of Alabama by way of Florida State, right? So now Trey Smith is iffy for other reasons, health being a big question there, but he is a full-on people mover. Like, there's a reason why 5-star SEC just moving earth. Like, he's great. Hat on a hat and one of the best anchors for interior offensive linemen in the draft. But just because he's better suited for a gap-heavy scheme he doesn't move to second level like Michael Jackson. Like some Vikings fans are like, no way. Trey Smith, absolutely not. No. Like, they read one scouting report and they're like, no. But if you actually look at his tape, like, sure, he's not Baryshnikov out there, but him pulling or getting out on screens, his movement is more than serviceable in the NFL, especially his acceleration when he's headed towards target, which, it's like a cruise missile out there, man. Like a 330-pound cruise missile. It's great, right? And Landon Dickerson, so this is the most interesting one. So Dickerson, the thundering center from Alabama, yes, had a knee injury. He'll be fine. All right, but watch his 2019-2020 tape, and you see how much power Alabama runs, right? Because they're Ala friggin' Bama. Because they got the size up front, and of course they're going to run man gap concepts over and over and over again, right? But also, if you go back and look at Dickerson's Florida State tape, or the 3 years prior to that, Florida State, who runs a ton of zone concepts. By the way, Dickerson was Dalvin's right guard in 2016, his final year in Tallahassee. Not bad. And then Cam Akers for 2 years, who was a zone running dynamo. You saw him for the Rams. So, yeah, is Dickerson's Ezra Cleveland in terms of movement skills? No. But does he have the capacity to do it? Yes. You saw that in the Florida State tape. Now, does he have enough functional mobility to thrive here in Minnesota if he lands here? Absolutely. Plus, he's got that anchor and leadership and tenacity that does not quit, right? So I think that we have to be a little bit more open-minded about scheme fit offensive linemen, because if we have that stricter parameters, I mean, hell, prime Steve Hutchinson from Seattle, Captain Poison Pill himself, would be told to kick rocks. It's like, yeah, get out of here. Not a scheme fit, right? Putting more emphasis on pass protection, more emphasis on anchor, and getting more stout up front. I think it makes a lot more sense. I'm sorry that every single guard is not the perfect blend of size, power, and speed like Randall McDaniel. It's almost like they're rare. Randall McDaniel was a freaking unicorn, by the way. Hell, I miss, even back in like 2009, 2010, I miss the days of McKinney, Hutch, Sully, who was the shrimp of the group, Artis Hicks, and Phil Oldholt, just moving dudes off the line of scrimmage, like pushing the line of scrimmage 5 yards back into the defensive backfield. I mean, let's go. Adrian running all day long, and then Favre having all day back there. He can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a sensible dinner back there. It's great. Right? Just get talent up front. So sick and tired of being pushed around and getting that line of scrimmage moved backwards. Now, that's the wrong direction. Get size and strength, get some dogs up front, and stop taking half of the draft prospects off the board just because of scheme fit. Right? Get talent in the building, then build your scheme. But other than that, I have no thoughts. So, anyway, your thoughts. Scheme fit offensive lineman? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on Movember. But until next time, Skull, production value.